This presentation is about a few different aspects of the Filipino culture, done by Andrew, Zach, Alex, and Sarah. First, I'm going to be talking about the religious holidays and festivals. The Filipino culture is a very religious culture that celebrates many holidays surrounding religious beliefs. 86% of the Filipino population is Catholic, which is also a very common religion in the United States, meaning that they celebrate very similar holidays like Christmas and Easter. There's a big emphasis on the preparation for Easter during Holy Week in the Philippines, focusing on fasting, giving, praying, and preparing for Easter Day. Filipinos call the Holy Week Semana Santa. It is the last week in Lent and begins on Palm Sunday and goes through Black Saturday. This week is filled with festivals and holy rituals. The pictures shown are events that occur including demonstrations of the Stations of the Cross, washing of the feet, church services, and visiting the church, which is also known as Visita Iglesia. Holy Week ends with Salubong, which is a ritual that is done at 4 a.m. on Easter Sunday that reenacts the first meeting of Christ and Mary after his resurrection.
The Philippines still use traditional instruments that were created by their ancestors to this day. One of these instruments is the kabing. The kabing is in the upper left corner and is a jaw harp made with bamboo and is one of the more well-known traditional musical instruments. This instrument is known to be used as a way for our ancestors to communicate through song. It is played by placing the instrument between the lips, and the end is plucked to create different notes and sound. The kulintang is at the top right and is a set of 5 to 9 gongs that vary in size and sound. They are lined side by side, usually on a rack, and are arranged in order of their pitch. The kudyapi is most closely compared to a guitar. It is located at the bottom left and is a stringed wooden lute. It is about 4 to 6 feet long. It is traditionally played by men, and the men will use this instrument when singing love songs. The gambal is in the bottom right and is a war drum. It was used to boost self-esteem and hype up the warriors for battle. The drums were made with hollowed-out tree trunks and deerskin for drum heads. The gambals are usually played with your hands or wooden sticks.
The Filipino culture has a lot of unique forms of transportation. The Philippines consists of over 7,000 islands, which makes it challenging for officials to establish efficient roads to control traffic. The result of the heavy amounts of traffic and underdeveloped modes of transportation are vehicles like the one shown in the picture. The picture on the bottom left shows a hobble-hobble. This is basically a motorcycle that can hold up to 8 to 10 people at one time. Another form of transportation that the Filipinos use is a tricycle, shown on the bottom right. The tricycle is mostly used for short-distance transportation for tourists on roads that are not very busy. The pedicab, shown on the top right, is a lot like the tricycle, as it has a sidecar that can hold 1 or 2 people. The pedicab is powered by a man pedaling, so it does not achieve the speeds that the tricycle does. The last kind of transportation seen in this slide is the jeepney, shown in the picture in the middle. This is the most famous Filipino mode of transportation. The jeepney is a smaller version of a bus that is usually painted and decorated, and commonly has people hanging off the sides and sitting on the roof to reach your destination.
One of the biggest differences between the USA and the Philippines is the food that they eat. And one of the foods that they eat is called lumpia, which is pretty much an egg roll that has vegetables and meat inside it, and it's fried. Another type of food that they eat is called ube, which is like a yams, sweet potato based flavor, and they make it into ice cream and it tastes really good. I've had it myself. And then another thing that is considered a delicacy, but in my opinion is very gross, it is called balut, and it is pretty much a boiled goose egg, like premature goose egg, and I've never had that, but I don't want to try that. And then the last thing is chicken adobo, which is very good, and my Lola has made that before, and Lola means grandma in the Philippines.